episode is brought to you by GameFound. Create a free pledge manager for your project.
Good day, everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Z Garcia. Hello.
I am Mike DeLisio. Welcome.
And today is Crowdsurfing. Every week we talk about games that are coming out on GameFound or Kickstarter and ending in the next week or so, except today we'll be going back 2 weeks. I mean, we're talking about games ending in the next 2 weeks or so because there will be no Crowdsurfing next week. Dice Tower is moving studios. This is the last Crowdsurfing in this studio. In fact, this is actually the last live video. Actually, this is the last recorded video in this studio where you will see our faces.
Are you trying to wreck me, Tom? What are you doing here?
Oh,
Z and I are sensitive individuals. We can't take this much information.
Will we shed a tear when we leave this place the last time?
We'll be shedding sweat. I can guarantee you that.
No, I think sweat is more likely. Yeah.
I'll be crying from the backache I have, I think. But.
All right. Well, anyhow. So we got a lot of games to talk about today, and just as a heads up, because of that, I cut the cutesy weird projects today. They'll be back next time.
Okay.
There's some doozies out there, but we can wait to the future to talk about them. Good news is we're running a contest.
Yeah.
We got a contest. This is a worldwide contest, and this is a contest that's different than our normal contests. So pay attention here. This is for Game Toppers. You can win a Game Topper table. So if you look right now, there's a project running, and we're actually going to talk about this a little bit more in a future episode, but this is the Viking table. This is one of the many tables. You can win this table. And if you notice here, this is done in coordination with Dogmite Games. They do some fantastic stuff. Have you ever seen my giant hammer, which is somewhere around here?
Yes.
I use it when I'm destroying a game box. That one was created by Dogmite. I've used them for dice towers and things in the past.
Yeah.
You have a table topper.
Yes, and I'm very, very happy with the Game Topper. I mean, I played with them at Dice Tower Con, and loved it there, but now I've got one at home, and I'm very happy with it.
You just got it like a week ago.
Yeah.
We found one in storage.
Correct.
And Mike
I
stole
claimed it. I took it with extreme violence.
Okay.
No,
like a true Viking.
I'm just putting it out there. It wasn't. Yeah, right.
All right.
Viking move.
Tom, speaking of, I need to clean off your hammer before I give it back to you. So.
Thank you. Before we talk about how to enter this contest, here's Mark telling us a little bit more about the Game Toppers.
This week's Spotlight is brought to you by Game Toppers. Game Toppers is a complete system designed around upgrading people's gaming experience. Wait till you see what they have in store for this new campaign. They have designed Game Toppers from a gamer's perspective and have put together a system that transforms your existing table into a high-quality gaming solution with thematic game mats and cool accessories at a fraction of the cost of higher-end gaming tables. Game Toppers continues to innovate to upgrade people's gaming experience. Their current catalog of Game Toppers products are available at GameToppersLLC.com. So let's take a look at what's new. First up, new leg kit options for Gen 2 toppers and beyond. New dining covers, which are backward compatible for their #1 selling Watson and Holmes topper. New premium walnut inlay options for the Adler, Moriarty, and Mycroft game toppers. 6 new thematic game mats from several noted board game artists. New accessories and storage bags. Special Kickstarter Game Topper packages, which are huge savings over the a la carte pricing. And of course, exciting stretch goals. Also unheard of, early Wave 1 fulfillment on certain models and packages in August. Game Toppers is all about experience and theme. Current backers have come to know the amount of care that has been put into each of these products and how they have spared no expense, because they are committed to you having a great gaming experience. In this campaign, you'll see even more fantastic items like storage bags, leaf extension kits, and amazing stretch goals. So go check out the campaign, which is now live on Kickstarter.
Alrighty, hopefully that's helpful. I mean, that looks. I was just telling the guys that his playmats look amazing.
They are fantastic.
I really like those.
This is quite a contest, Tom.
Yeah, so I mean, to enter this contest, we have a link in the description of this video. That's how you enter it. You're going to click that link and go and follow the instructions there to enter the contest. There are 2 prizes here. One for a J.J. Burkton mat rack. You saw it in there with 4 of those premium mats. I actually want that myself.
It's nice.
That looks really great. And the other one for the Viking table. So you get the whole thing, the whole shebang. Now you have to pay taxes and shipping, but to where you are.
Right.
But that's a small price to pay for a table such as this.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
nice.
Yes. Enter, people. This is something you want.
It's a big one, anywhere in the world.
Alrighty, well, let's get to the projects for today, and here we go, starting with Battle for Biternia. I'm sorry, Biternia,
That's
Pixelvania.
Britannia, really?
Yeah, well,
It's bit artwork, 8-bit
Very
artwork.
much.
Biternia.
I know, but there is.
And it's hot.
are you saying it's pixelated hot garbage?
That's not what I said, but I almost said it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to stay off the. Again, 8 pixelated artwork existed because that's all we could have the technology to do.
I don't hate just pixelated artwork in
It needs to
general.
exist for a reason.
I know, but you're right. That's not the issue I have with this project. I don't. Nothing about this is terribly inspiring to me.
Yeah, I think that's more it, Mike. I'm being hyperbolic when I say this is hot garbage. I'm kidding. It's not, okay?
Right.
It's fine. It's some sort of MOBA-style combat game.
Yeah.
It's a follow-up, so they already had some before, and
Right.
now they've got new characters like a vampire and a spider lady and a werewolf and whatever. It just looks kind of uninspired, that's all.
It just the seams show to me, if that makes sense. Like, okay, this is so obviously an homage to Castlevania. It's like, I don't know. It's too on the nose, maybe. Is that what I?
There's a lot of blood in that card.
Yeah. If you're a huge fan of old school Castlevania, I can understand why this might be interesting to you. Or if you're a fan of the game originally, you've already played it and you like this theme, sure. It just is not terribly. And I liked Castlevania, so I
Right.
don't know. This just doesn't. It looks a little uninspired.
Those look straight out of that level 99 game, though.
Right.
What's that game called? I forget.
Pixel Tactics.
Pixel Tactics, yeah.
The illustrations look right out of that. That's the big problem with pixel artwork, is it all looks the same.
That's true. You could say it looks like Boss Monster, because it has that
Yes.
same look,
That's the issue. It loses personality because the pixel style just takes over.
Right.
Our next Kickstarter, Queen Games, desperately needs your money, $5,000, so that they can start the process of creating Scrap Racer.
Right.
Even though we have a fully production copy sitting here in our studio.
Wait.
The game will
what?
not get made unless it gets funding.
I think Queen Games is not even trying to pretend anymore.
It's a
They're
pre-order.
not trying to hide anything.
No, it's a pre-order.
If you want to pre-order this game, you can do it right here. When does this deliver? When are they saying it delivers?
Tomorrow.
2022.
No.
That would be hilarious.
When is it?
August.
August.
All right,
okay.
August.
Right.
Yeah, it's just a pre-order thing. So I don't know much about this game. We got it, and I was going to open it up and look at it. Then I realized it's a Kickstarter, so I figured we'd wait till the Kickstarter was over. That's what we normally do.
Yes.
Right. It's interesting that they're going with the acrylic pieces. So these standees are acrylic, and I do tend to like that. If you're going to go standees, I like acrylic standees, so I'm happy to see that.
I'm glad. I like that Queen's really pushing
They
that,
are,
and I
yeah.
would not mind to see more companies doing that. I really
agree.
like acrylic pieces. I don't. It's like anything else. You can overdo it
Sure.
or use it on the wrong things.
Right.
Acrylic pixelated artwork is what I'm waiting for.
Bingo.
I think this looks all right. It's a push your luck game
Yeah.
where you're rolling a single die to move, but then if you want, you roll another one and now add them together and so on. But you might bust or go too far and end
Yeah.
up hurting yourself. It looks all right. It also, the setting and theme, I'm not really getting a lot of specificity from.
Right.
Again, feels a little generic, but the gameplay sounds interesting enough, and I like that the track is modular and you'll encounter various things along the way. I tend to like Queen. I kind of like what
Yeah.
they do. They got their own thing. Thematically, this is not it as to the usual Queen game.
No, it's not.
But as far as the look and the sort of depth, yeah, this is about in line with that.
I'll also say I like the play time, and because it looks like it's like what 30 to 45
Yeah,
minutes
it'll
for
be
a
a
race
quick game,
That's
I
great.
think.
And I will say this: I don't know if you guys agree with me, but I complain
I
a lot. Good. I complain a lot about rule books. I think Queen has some of the best rule books in the game. generally speaking.
They're succinct.
Yeah, but I like the way they're organized too.
They do that color coding thing. They've been doing it for years.
I think it works really well.
I think Queen knows what they're doing when it comes to that.
Yeah, so I just figured I'd call that out.
A lot of good things said here.
I gave him a little grief because it's a pre-order, but the good things are about to end right now.
Oh!
How can you say the good? This is $500,000.
Correct.
Sentinels in the Multiverse, the definitive edition.
Okay, I've got a couple issues. Number one, I've already been on record. I'm not a huge Sentinels fan, so this already is
I like Sentinels, and I love the new artwork change. But continue.
Do you love the 2 pledge levels? One,
well, let's look at it.
Okay, one is
$50.
$50, right?
Seems reasonable.
You get everything, $50. But if you want it with sleeves, add a $75.
How much do you think sleeves cost?
Apparently $75.
That's because there's how many cards are in the game?
900 cards.
That's actually a price for 900
What's it
sleeves.
matter? You want the sleeves?
No.
Then what do you care?
I just think, I don't know, it's crazy to me. You have $50 and then $125 if you want to add sleeves.
I don't know why they made 2 pledges. I would have
Right.
just had the sleeves as an add-on.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I would have put
Why
them
would
as here's an add-on. Well, let's see. There's nothing else?
I don't think so. I think
This
it's
is
just
not
the
bad
sleeves.
for $50. I thought this was more than 50.
No, I'm saying the price for the game itself is perfectly reasonable. It's good.
But wait.
Is there anything in here besides what came in the original core
Oh,
box?
no, there is more. There's 12 heroes. I do not believe there was 12 heroes in the original box. I want to say there was 8 at most. Then they got variant cards that wasn't in the original box. They got the divider cards and all that stuff was not in
But
the
if you're
original box.
if you're a fan of Sentinels and you bought that huge black box, that gigantic everything box, are you going to buy this?
That's where people are not. Some people I've seen complain about that
Right.
because they've already bought everything.
right?
But I
And
don't
this
have
is not-
none of this. That's the thing. For me, I have none of this. I
And this-
remember playing Sentinels of the Multiverse, and I remember it being fairly complicated. This was also 12 years ago, it seems like. Maybe not that long.
It's not complicated.
like
It's more
multipliers?
fiddly than anything else.
Do you like tokens?
Yeah, fiddly. Okay, that's a good way to put it. So I wonder then, I was looking at this thinking to myself, they're saying, I read a whole write-up from the designer, which was very well written. He said,
Yeah.
we have a lot more experience.
Yeah.
The artist has a lot more experience.
Yes.
Publisher. This is better. And I completely agree with that. I believe that entirely. Is it going to be less fiddly, I wonder?
I don't know. If
Well,
they
I like
money
this
back
now.
guarantee.
It's a money-back guarantee?
I'm in.
Give me my money.
retailer pledge. So I like the art a lot better. I think the art is an improvement. Did they those little dial trackers? Is that new?
Wow, there's a lot of
I
text.
think that's
Because
new,
if
right,
they
Tom?
replaced some of the tokens
No,
with
yeah, there was
those,
tokens in the original game.
then that would be great, because that was a lot of my beef. Was it was like, okay, I've got 15 different multipliers and this effect and that effect, and
I will say I thought this would be higher. I'm also surprised that they're more they've held themselves back. There's just the game.
yeah.
There's not 8. They could have said,
Right.
here's the game. We also remade this expansion, add on.
Right,
We
right.
will see that later.
Sure.
With other projects, that always happens.
Right.
They're here, they're saying, get this, the definitive version. But does that mean they're going to make more?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm kind of tempted by this. I'll be honest, guys.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Because I was sort of.
Have you played the app?
Nobody.
No.
See, the app is, that's the way to try it.
Yeah,
to
the
see
problem
if
is
you
if
like
you play
it.
the app and you like the app, you may not want to play the board game because the
Yeah,
app
that's
handles
true.
that fiddly stuff
That's
for you.
true. I wonder how much of the fiddliness they removed. Are you excited about this?
I am partially excited about it, and the reason I'm not as excited about it because when it came out, it was the only good superhero game.
Right.
There's still none.
All right. Keychain Spellbooks actually showed this off on Monday. It's interesting. I would not use it for the sole purpose
Not
of
as a keychain.
The keychain thing is bigger than the keys, and I don't feel like carrying this around. But I can see why people would. I think this is a great gift for RPG people.
If you have exceptionally baggy pockets, I think it's a great gift.
It's not that big, actually. It's pretty small.
It's pretty thick, though.
I didn't like the dice in mine, but I noticed when I reviewed it, those are better dice than the ones I had.
Than the ones you have, yeah. It's a really neat trinket. I think it's a nice curio. I think it would look good, like on a little
Curious.
shelf,
That's a nice word, man.
like on a whatnot cabinet. Yeah. Did you play the Whatnot cabinet?
Yes, I know.
No, you should have stopped at Curio.
Curio.
You were
It's a good Curio.
fine. You were.
All right, whatever.
It's making $176,000.
Yeah.
Well, it's done by Elderwood. Elderwood has done. Let me show you some of the other stuff they've done.
Okay.
When I go to a convention, I usually stop by their booth. They did this scroll and codex. Remember that? Where you
Oh,
unscrewed
that
it?
was
slick.
stinking gorgeous.
That was
I
slick.
really like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And they've done these hex chests
I've never
before.
seen these things for any.
Shut up. They were one of the first people to do them.
Yeah.
But the best thing they've done has been this scroll codex.
that
I
thing is
really like that
awesome.
because you unscrew it, and then you had the dice tray, and then it was a dice tower. It's really cool.
That was very
I think we
nice.
have one around here somewhere.
Yeah, you had one for a while, or maybe
I really
still
like
do.
dice towers.
That's very beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Keychain is cool. I mean, again, I wouldn't use it as a keychain, but it looked neat.
I think it's a gift
Yeah.
type thing. I think you're right, Mike.
All right. Give us victories
what I
or
say.
give us deaths.
Every time I start a game, I say that. Except I change us to me.
This is a Civil War game, and I believe it's not the only Civil War game today.
I think you're right.
There's a couple of war
There's a
games.
couple of
yeah.
war games. Can't remember if it's Civil War.
War games seem to, every time I see a new war game on Kickstarter, they seem to do better. Like the whole war game community, I think, has moved to Kickstarter.
I do like
I
that they
think
put
so.
a little banner up there to let you know that it is indeed a war game.
That's true. I look at the cover like,
Huh,
what is this?
Yeah. Is this a dexterity game?
So it doesn't look. The map looks
Yeah.
decent. There's not a lot more we can really tell you about this.
Yeah,
It looks fine.
Yeah, hex encounter, yeah. And again, we've brought this up, so I don't want to kind of beat a dead horse here, but it is nice that the people that like these games are now getting so many more kind of nice versions of them, because these are looking better than what I'm used to seeing.
And there's almost every week at
Every
least a
week,
new game.
yeah.
Every week now. This is no longer. At this point, we can no longer say that some, like every now and then there's a war game
Every
on
week.
Kickstarter, and they found a little bit of a. No. I mean, like they are on here every time we do
Yeah.
this. There's at least one.
Yep,
You can get your fill of war games.
correct.
Long Shot, the dice game. Now, for a roll and write game, this is doing really well. 90,000.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of flipping off. There's two things. One,
What now?
Long Shot. They're
Spinning off.
spinning off the
The
they're
board
spinning
game.
off the board game's name, but they're also coming off of Chris Handy's popularity.
Yes.
Now, the biggest concern I have with this game is I was like, oh, it's Chris Handy. Oh, he did that roll and write game that Z hated.
Correct.
Yes, he did.
But-
The
The Roland Wright.
Roland Wright
Yeah.
game.
I've actually played this.
You played this.
I played this. Chris Yee
tell
of
us
the
more.
Dice Tower has an early copy, and we played a game of it.
You played a game pre-production.
No, it looked if it's pre-production, it's a darn good copy of it.
Well, you probably made
He's
it.
co-publishing with Queen.
There you go. The short story here is that I had a really good time. I enjoyed it. I've not played, unlike Z, I've not played the original board game, so I didn't have a history with that. It was short. It was quick. It didn't really feel as much like a roll and write, which is
It doesn't
probably good
look
for you.
like a roll and write,
It
actually.
felt like a race game. There were small little aspects that gave it that roll and write feel, but I liked it. It was fast. I liked the betting aspect. It was cute. I enjoyed it.
You like Long Shot, right?
I do. I still own my long shot from Z-Man Games, and
Not
this is
gonna take his Long Shot.
Did you see that there's a small number of the Z-Man long shot that were available? Like a very limited. Like he had
seriously
a
that
few
they're
left.
still selling. Oh wow!
No, in here?
Here, yeah, there's a few left.
I need another one.
It was a very limited amount.
How much
so
are they
check.
worth? Because I'm gonna steal these and sell it
There
on
you
eBay.
go. Keep going. Keep
Oh,
going.
the main attraction. Come on, dude. Name this horse.
That's
Name
plenty.
it.
Orange Crush.
Vassal Lightning.
Polka Dot City.
Okay, mine was the best. All right, keep going here.
This does look good, actually.
It's good.
It really
This
does.
looks great, and I am a big fan of the original one. So if this is a similar vibe but faster, long shot's a little long. I mean, like
yeah.
the gameplay.
No, this is quick.
I'm into this, man. I'm really excited. I need to find that Chris Yee guy
Correct.
and use some of that pre-mentioned
going.
violence.
Right here.
Take
so,
it.
How many do they say they have?
Wait, did Chris Handy design Long Shot?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Well, no, that's a reasonable thing to not have known.
What did you think we've been talking about
Right.
this whole time?
No, I understand that he got the game, but it was originally published by Z-Man. This is his company.
Well, the Perplexed didn't exist.
I don't care. That doesn't mean
Yeah, this
companies
is a-
buy games from other companies.
I disagree.
Correct.
Long Shot is Chris Handy's game. I've known of Chris Handy since this. And I've been a fan of his for a long time because of Long Shot.
I was a fan of him because of Cinque Terre, but yeah.
That was after.
Was it after Long Shot?
I believe that was after Long
okay.
Shot.
It was, but
Okay.
So, in your face. And Chris Y's face.
wait, we never looked at how much this costs. $200. Woo!
Yeah, but look now.
But what do you get, though?
You get the
You get the new game and the previous game,
And a
you get a limited
gigantic
edition
die.
jumbo 10-sided die,
Correct.
27 millimeters for use with board game.
I'm just going to go out on a limb. They're not charging enough.
Shut up. What is going
how
on
many
in this
did
show?
they have, though? 'Cause,
I'm
sorry,
losing
doesn't
control.
matter.
I don't even care. Oh, you want to look? All right,
I just want
let's
to see how
How
many
many?
of that, because it was limited.
Sold out.
There you go.
There was
Sorry.
10.
Sorry.
10.
You're out of luck.
Whoa.
10 copies left in the universe, and they're all gone now.
That means my copy might be worth some money.
I told you we were going to steal. I don't even know if it's in Dice Tower
It's-
Library. All right, here's
want-
our
you're
second
It
game.
was,
want
it was
one?
another one.
I'm not going to fall to that.
$200.
Z, you're about to make a most fearful sacrifice.
There's
with your
another
game of
war
long-
game
long
based
shot.
on the Civil War. This one's doing better.
Yeah.
Probably because they don't deign to tell you it's a war
They don't
game,
tell you it's
so
a
they
war
trick some people.
Yeah, sure.
I bet it's because
sure.
it's Flying Pig. They have a big following.
Good track record, yeah.
So let's look here.
It looks very similar to the other one, but that's my ignorance.
I don't hate
speaking.
that these counters have a border on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of. There's actually not a lot of information because you know what you're getting.
There's a mouse pad.
That's a little busy.
With the houses, the houses and the.
That might just be a
yeah,
bad
yeah.
picture
Could be,
though,
Yeah.
because you can see there's glare in it. Oh no!
Well, they're like
they're
showing
shooting
them
at each other.
shooting, Like there's a little.
I thought that was glare.
Oh, okay.
There's a little graphic design going
Okay.
on with them shooting at each other. Mm-hmm. There's an app, is basically what they're saying.
What are these border strips?
They go around the map, I'm assuming,
they?
and hold boards together. I'm not sure.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
right.
Okay. Sure.
So this one was interesting. I thought it doesn't. I don't think that they may or may not fun.
Yeah.
Game State leveling up in downtown Spencer, Iowa. They said it says purchasing and renovating our building to become the largest game store in the world.
Yeah, that's what was surprising to me.
Okay, so that's what made I was like, oh wow, I'd love to go to the largest game store in the world. $35,000 is not enough to build the largest game store in the world.
Well, no, it's just for the down payment.
Yes, and that's my concern because when I went through and looked at it and everything, it sounds fine.
Sure.
He has stretch goals. I don't think you should have stretch goals when you're opening a thing. Like stretch goal will make it look nicer. Stretch goal will replace the roof. If your roof's bad, you need to replace it.
Sure, yeah.
Right.
I don't feel like these are stretch goals.
Right.
And here's the thing. Regardless of whether or not they're stretch goals, he's not going to reach his stretch goals.
doesn't
He
look
might
good.
fund, unless
Yeah.
there's suddenly, and there's only 55 backers. That concerns me too.
Each one's giving him quite a bit of money, though, right?
Sure, well, if you had a store in your downtown and you wanted to make it bigger and better, I would donate a good chunk to that.
If I remember correctly, he was saying basically that he's got outside funding. That he's not like everything is not depending upon this, but he's using this strictly for the down payment and the things that are listed in the stretch goals. If I remember reading that, so there may be a little more behind the scenes here that we're not aware of, but
He does have a pledge here, take my money and
shut
up.
for people that don't want to have,
I thought it was shut up and take my money, but
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, to be clear, I want this sort of thing to succeed.
Sure.
Right, absolutely.
It just seems, it was odd to me that all those stretch goals
Yeah,
and stuff.
I agree.
I don't know.
Yeah, they seem non-optional, is what you're saying.
Right. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Empyreal Far Corners. Now, we mentioned earlier level 99 games. Here they are.
Yep.
Right.
I'm a little surprised that this one's not funding, but it does have quite a few backers. I first was surprised when I saw this that the game had an expansion at all. Because you've seen the box when it
Right.
came in.
Oh, boy.
Now,
Holy moly.
I would like to posit that this is mostly a reprint. And because of Kickstarter not being able to do the same project twice, let's have a little mini
Sure,
expansion.
sure.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand that.
I think this is mostly about
Okay.
a reprint.
I enjoyed this game. It is a very simple train game, like almost on the level of Transamerica. I mean, it's a little bit more than that. It's a really simple game, except that everyone has a different power, and you can
Right.
hire different people, and there's different trains. And the trains in this game were so nice that I actually bought a couple extra sets of them
Yeah.
to put in my Ticket to Ride games.
The production
because
was
as of that moment when I bought them, there was not
Right.
a Kickstarter specifically making trains for game's such a Ticket to Ride?
That's foreshadowing.
Shut up, Mike. That's not the point. The point of shadows, you don't say it.
Look, but if you're going to put War Game along the side, I'm going to tell you when we're foreshadowing.
No, but I bought this box here. I think I bought 2 of them.
Okay.
It has 8 different trains, 45 trains, which is all you need.
That's exactly what you need, right, for
Yeah,
a Ticket to
right.
Ride.
And I thought they looked cool. I mean, I
Right.
don't know if they're here somewhere. I thought they were the cool looking trains. I was like,
great.
oh, wow,
Yeah,
we'll
they're
put these
great.
in. They're different shapes, too.
So what's the problem?
Well, you'll see the problem in a couple of projects.
Come on now, stop it. You both of you were. Anyhow, this looks cool. I like the game.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it needed to be as big as it was.
And you had the deluxe version, right? You've got like the big,
Oh, my
really
word.
fancy, super thick cardboard.
I do like these molded resources,
Yeah,
although
yeah.
they only work for this game.
Right.
It was a big cube box. Wasn't it one of those cube
It's
boxes?
huge.
Yeah.
It's in the Dice Side Library.
It is.
Hey, look, the last 4 game train sets.
Wait, what?
Now
this
this
one's
is
doing
doing
gangbusters,
Oh my word,
man.
that's $250,000 for a game upgrade. Now
Right.
I showed these off on Board Game Breakfast like 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was
I got
one.
one set of them, the blue one,
Right.
and I'm still annoyed because I think I told you he sent me. I thought the
least
the
interesting
least
one.
interesting of the 5, the
Yeah.
blue one.
You don't like those blue ones?
He
No,
knows
they're
what he's doing.
fine, but those black ones and that red ones, those look like trains, man. This is
Yeah.
like some futuristic
It's an
thing.
Art Deco.
I like the blue one. It
yeah.
might be my favorite of those.
Yeah.
Well, then
Because
you
it looks
can
like-
have it. No, I'm
that-
lying.
That one looks traditional. The black
Right.
one looks like an old timey
Yeah,
train,
steam
right?
engine, yeah.
Steam. And then the red and the yellow both look something you'd see running today.
Oh no, these are definitely like through the ages
Right.
type thing.
Yeah, I like the blue because it looks a little futuristic. Yeah, I do like that one. Which one's your favorite? The red one, or you like the old timey?
I might like the black one, but I
Yeah?
do like the red one too.
The black one, I don't like that if you put more than one in a line. It just looks weird.
Yeah.
It should only be the front one.
well,
The blue one, I can take every card being that one. Does that make sense?
Right.
sure. I also like that he has the scoring tokens. Oh,
If you had bought different train upgrades,
I did not realize I'd been quoted here.
If you had bought different train
What do you think
upgrades
about
for
this?
Ticket to Ride, you'd probably be feeling pretty foolish right about now, wouldn't you? So it's a great thing this is up here.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do actually, because in our library we have like 5 copies of Ticket to Ride.
Yeah, you could have both. What these are nice is that these tins apparently fit right into the custom Ticket to Ride insert that you threw away.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, these are really doing well. I like the box. I like
Yeah, the box are great.
Oh, it's very nice. It's very nice.
This is really cool.
Yeah, and
They're
it's
not
doing really
inexpensive though.
No, because
How
they're
much is a
quality.
set of
It
these?
is 19 for 1. So if you're upgrading Ticket to Ride and you want to play 5 players, it's $100.
Yeah.
These are-
You're paying basically.
Actually, maybe hang on.
No, you can get a whole set for cheap.
No, you get all 5 for sorry 70.
Yeah.
You save money if you get all 5. So you might as well do that.
Sure.
It's just still
Unless-
pricey. It's more than a copy of Ticket to Ride.
Right, sure it is. Yeah, absolutely. But theoretically, you could also be playing this in other. There's a lot of games that you can
Yes,
use.
but let's do some more foreshadowing here.
Oh.
You get 5 trains here. 5 times
sets of trains.
Times what was it? 45 was it?
45 trains, yes, in each. Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
little less than, it's about 220, I don't know. That's about 5 for $1 of some really
That's
nice
pretty
looking
good.
components.
That's pretty good, actually.
I
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like that's a pretty good ratio. You could make more expensive upgrade components for games.
Sure.
Rise of the Gnomes. Tom Basil's pick up. Hang on. don't put the logo up.
It's a giant-ish
So
box.
we've come to the point now where we are really making a big deal out of. The bigger the box now is better, right? That's the thing. The bigger the box, the better the game is.
Correct.
I have never seen a picture like this here that was clearly a picture of a group of friends in a bar, and the guy's like, I can draw you as a troll, and I'm going to draw you as a dwarf. Isn't that what that looks like?
100%, that's what it is, but also the
This
guy
guy's
who's
like, "Whoa."
deciding to draw them is not the artist in the group. That's the joke, I think.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's
And
not great.
I don't like the art at all,
No.
and I don't like the graphic design at all.
It would be nice if there was graphic design. That
I
would help.
I was very repelled by this. I mean, I can honestly say that as I browsed through this for the purpose of looking at it here today together for you folks, I would have not gone very far into this page if I didn't have to. It actually was actively pushing me away.
right.
I think it looks terrible.
Well, you were repelled. I was repulsed. Tom?
I was rappelling up a cliff while
Down the cliff. Okay, you can't rappel up.
I can do what I want.
If you're upside down, you can.
What is this?
Have you watched
Inception?
Kong vs. Godzilla?
Unfortunately, yes.
I can go any direction I want when there's a mountain.
Oh, you're talking about the deep earth, hollow earth.
So
Anyway.
we talked about the oh yeah, go ahead.
I
sorry.
played Treasure Mountain.
Have you? Is that any good?
Like
It is not a good game. It's a game
Okay.
that's almost good.
Yeah.
I don't remember the art being terrible, but it was mostly, there wasn't a lot of art. It was like a big worker placement game.
So we talked about the art in this one, but I mean, what's the game itself also doesn't really look terribly. Because I mean, you can have games that don't look great but still have good gameplay, and this might, but I don't know. It just.
I hate this giant tissue. That's so
I know,
annoying.
I'm just not into it.
And also, why are we bragging about an 18-inch box?
I
That
don't know.
that doesn't sell me in your game.
No.
All right. Hippocrates.
yes,
All right.
definitely Hippocrates.
Hippocrates, yeah.
I thought this one would intrigue you because the designer is Twa and Black Angel. You like
One
Black
of
Angel.
those
designer.
people,
Yeah.
the one of those designers, the one who did Solenia, is not the one who did this game.
Oh,
but,
I
Dear
see.
George, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, so but that's fine, yeah, and it's a good looking game for sure.
Well, yeah, this is the art Laura Bavon. I don't know who she is, but I really like the cover.
was
I
great.
think they mentioned what other game she did, and I was thinking, oh yeah, that was a good-looking game too. But yeah, this
I like
Sharp,
this one.
man.
this
It's
is a
very
really
sharp-looking
nice-looking Euro game, right? I mean,
Yes,
this
absolutely.
is a really You know what this reminds me of a little bit is a game that I actually backed after we covered it was that Stroganoff game. This gives me a similar feel.
I
to
agree.
that, right? Just kind of a classic, clean.
Well, this looks like a Game Brewer game.
It really does. It is. Yeah. They know
Game
what
Brewer was for a while working with Tasty Minstrel
Yeah.
with their Deluxeified games, and
Yeah.
they kind of cross paths, and this looks like one of those. And
Yeah.
I like the components. I don't know if I like the game. I mean, I'd have to play it. This is one of those ones I can't tell if I like it, but
Right,
it
and
looks
I
good.
I don't know if it's really essentially, an abstract but it's a neat theme, even if it's window dressing, which it may not be. I don't know, but I like, Hippocrates, the early doctors, medical. That's new.
Is that how you say it?
Well, I don't know.
I think it's a good looking game. I
Yeah.
agree. I would be happy to throw this down right now and give it a try. Am I gonna like it? I don't know, but
Yeah.
it looks welcoming enough. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's the thing. At the end of the day,
All right. So where's the designer? Laura Bevan.
is the art.
She's the artist, yeah.
I must have missed that, but we'll just find that right now. Laura Bevan.
No,
EGG.
Bevon.
Oh, Bevon, sorry.
Looks like there aren't many great matches for your search.
Maybe
now.
because I can't spell correctly. Boom.
So what has she done? Oh, it was
Between two
Polynesia,
castles.
I
Oh,
thought.
she did the King's
Ceylon.
Guild and Ceylon and Polynesia.
Polynesian is a very pretty game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good.
I like it.
All right.
Sefirot.
This game is wrecking shop, Tom.
Sefirot.
This is hitting. This is hitting a different crowd than the board game crowd. That's
It
the only
is.
thing I can think of.
Yeah, yeah.
The
well,
Mystics crowd.
I
I'm
will tell
guessing.
you-
I don't know what's going on.
this is gorgeous. I mean, whether I have any interest, which I don't know that I do, I think it looks gorgeous. I think the art is beautiful. I think the
okay.
design is beautiful. Well, I mean,
It's
if
too
you're
mystical for me, I think.
sure, it's definitely more tarot than it is board game, right? In its
Yes.
aesthetic.
Can you tell us, like, when can we go to a convention again? Give
Okay,
me this
let me
game.
All right, let's go. What is he, Professor Rex? What's going on over here?
I got
He has
nothing.
too much hair for
I
that.
got nothing. Yeah, no, I think it's gorgeous looking. I don't know that I have any interest in playing it as a game, but I think it looks beautiful. And obviously, it's, like you said, I think this is catching a crowd outside of board gaming.
Yeah, I have
Because there's a
no,
lot of
Yeah,
money.
this
no
seems
desire
like
in this at all.
there's something. Mike often says things like curio or boutique or something. This feels like that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's got that. Yeah, it's got that feeling of
This-
just something off the beaten
This
path.
would be sold in that occult bookstore
Sure.
on the counter.
Sure, but it could also be sold at like.
Barnes and Nobles?
Yeah,
I
actually,
think so.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's got that look. It's
Right.
got a very. I don't want to say highfalutin because that sounds like I'm putting it down, but it's got a
I think it's kind of an
just
elegant,
an elegant,
yeah, elegant look.
elegant, studied, sort of look to it.
All right.
It's nice.
Yeah, it's very
It's the
pretty.
first thing they've done. That's
Right.
first creative. That's fantastic.
And we go from gorgeous. Now, Zombies has an aesthetic that has been around forever, right?
Well, actually, it's interesting. This is the 20th anniversary of Zombies. It came out in 2001. It and Munchkin actually both came out
Yeah.
that year. It's interesting to see this, the 20th anniversary. I remember at some point they made an expansion for Zombies where they basically said the end. It was the
Right.
last one, and then they kept going.
Yeah, that was like Zombies 6 or something.
Yeah,
and then they were up to who knows what. They started naming them other things like humans.
Right.
I will say,
Cthulhu.
I'm glad they finally made 3D Hearts and Bullets, because if you ever played Zombies, they're these little tiny tokens.
little
I was like,
tokens,
ah!
yeah.
And you had to tear them apart. I played Zombies back in the day.
I did too.
I have some nostalgia for it. I actually, if you said, do you want to play Zombies or Zombies Side, I would hesitate, I think.
Good
Oh,
night.
No. Now, if it was set up, if Zombicide was set up, it would be no question. My biggest issue with Zombicide is it takes forever to set up. I think Zombies,
I'm reviewing
I played it back in the
Zombicide,
day.
then. I'm the one doing that big box in there. Then.
There you go. This
If,
just
if you
runs too
hesitate
long
on
to
that,
me,
we're done talking about that.
Zombies was one of those games that felt like it would never end. That was my big issue with it.
I remember when I first got it, I mixed it with Frag from Steve Jackson Games. Someone had made rules on the internet. All right,
Yeah, this was also 20 years ago,
Right.
Tom.
Oh, they have the Zombies Museum of Weird. So that's a new thing, and it just has more stuff. You're a zombie fan and buying
Right.
this, or you're not.
Exactly right.
Yeah, but if you're a zombie fan, don't you have this?
No, it's new. This is the new thing, the museum thing. I was wondering if they had a pledge in here for like everything. Well, they got 225.
Be
It's
a
all
hero.
gone. It's gone.
Yeah,
No
but-
heroes left.
Fine.
There were only 8 of that?
Wow.
7 Moons Heroes of Dragon Reach.
Oh, this is from the makers of Bag of Dungeon.
Bag of Dungeon, I think. Yes, it is.
Wait, what?
Bag of Dungeon, Tom.
From the makers of Bag of Dungeon.
Hang on, I gotta look at this now.
Bag of Dungeon. Isn't that like a
There it is.
cup of pizza?
Terrible name.
I've had a Kona
Folks,
pizza one
come
time.
on. Wait, was this even funded? Go back up. It wasn't even funded, right? Wait, no, there must have been another project that funded before this one.
Oh, I love Bag of Dungeon.
So Bag of Dungeon failed, and then they did Bag,
Bag
of
of
Dungeon, the one that succeeded.
Bag
okay.
of Dungeon, the baggeting.
Oh,
Alright.
boy. Okay.
Yeah, enter the dungeon through the bag.
All right, anyhow.
Anyway.
So this actually, I thought that looks pretty good. Then I looked at it close. I'm like, wait, did that 3D rendered that whole picture?
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
pretty
I
sure it's all
believe so.
3D rendered, yeah.
I like the cover. I think the cover looks nice.
Don't hate the cover.
I'm not.
I don't have a good handle on what this game is. I'm open-minded about it. Nothing about it is like repulsive to me or anything.
That seems tired to me.
Yeah.
I mean, the other, like the one with the really terrible artwork was, again, actively repulsive
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me. This one, it's just boring looking.
Yeah.
It just looks like, okay,
will say these people
I've
here
played
looks
this
a
game
little-
already,
Yeah,
probably.
probably,
And I
right.
don't even like this type of game. So if you do like this type of game, you've played this game already.
That is a lot of text.
A lot of words. You didn't tell me there was reading in this game.
Although this is mostly flavor text, though.
That's where it's at. Why would you not want flavor text?
I had a picture there.
You should have seen the flavor text
I
in
don't like
Bag
the
of
font.
Dungeon. Woo.
Bag of Dungeon, there was writing on the inside of the bag.
Moving on.
Do we have to?
Googly Eye Dice, baby.
Stupid, Tom.
I would say, is there any way we can make that the official Dice Tower font? Can we make that happen?
Tom would probably like that.
This is what I thought, though, when I saw this. I thought we need to get some sort of dice making machine.
Uh-huh. 27 grand.
right over
Yeah,
there.
because Roy has this
Yeah.
dice making stuff. Find something to put in it.
Right.
Because apparently that's a thing. We got ducks and dice.
Right.
We got birds and dice.
Right.
Now we can do Googly Eyes. I got a whole pile right there.
Yeah, lots of
We could
googly
be
eyes.
making these dice right now.
Right.
Problem is mass producing it.
I don't care what the problem is mass producing it.
Let's put
That's 27 grand we're leaving on the table.
batteries in dice, or I'm looking around. What are things we can put in dice?
Look, folks, you know I like weird dice. These look dumb.
Well, these got to be, like Z was saying earlier, these have to be perfectly balanced, these dice, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's no way, right?
No, that doesn't matter because they're going to fill it in. What does it matter?
It matters. The consistency of the middle is different. What do you mean?
I don't think anyone's buying these to use them. Can you even see?
That's fine, but you cannot tell me it doesn't matter for the balance. I'm assuming these don't roll the same statistically as like a good
I
die.
would argue that they're not going to roll that differently that you would ever notice.
I could make these and have them here next week.
Roy says he will make them happen. No, we need to move the studio.
Correct.
This is better than the dice.
What is this?
The Cyclops cutie standees.
Oh, Cyclops cuties.
All right, I don't even like these, so sorry.
Wow.
I don't.
They're
You
terrible.
can't read
I'm
the numbers.
sorry.
You
These
cannot
are
read the
some of the
numbers.
worst dice
This
we've ever
is
featured.
But they're making 26,000. I had to show them.
I need to get. If you put these in soap, is the only way you make this worse. For,
I
for Mike.
just picked my five types of soap from the
Yeah?
gelatinous cube ones.
Oh,
I
baby.
got them. All right.
You got a lemon in there, right?
Hey, remember when I talked about expensive upgrades?
Ew.
Here we go. Board game upgrade kits from Meeple Source, the 2021 series.
Yeah.
This is so conflicting for me. Because
Yeah.
these are amazing upgrades, and they are $1 a Meeple.
They're not cheap.
And folks, we make Meeples for our Kickstarter. I know how much it costs to make a Meeple. It's not, if you sell them for $1, you're making good profit. So they make the West Kingdom trilogy. They've already been doing that.
Yeah.
In fact, I backed their stuff for that. Wingspan. At this point, if you're buying more birds for Wingspan, it seems weird. Like, remember I bought the set that gave me the original set and the expansion, and so many birds that I put them in 2 copies of Wingspan, and there was enough
And
for
I
you
had
to have
enough
some.
for me to take a set. I took a
crazy.
set for myself and gave you some back.
And then it's like, here's 3 more birds.
I
Is
mean,
it-
I do like the shoebill stork.
Yeah.
No, I get why you would want these, I guess, but why, if you already had it,
Right.
do you want
No,
more?
no,
At that
no.
point,
Yeah.
You're just being a hoarder at that point.
I am excited about this game. I'm hoping, I don't know when it's going to. I backed it.
Creature Comforts?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. The Darwin's
My
Journey
issue,
stuff
guys,
looks good.
my problem with this is all these images we're seeing here look pretty good. I don't think they look as good on a Meeple.
And also, I've mentioned before, I like these in general, but not for Scythe. I don't think they fit well with Scythe. They look really
the
out of place.
Obsession ones are really
right.
the
Those
Obsession
are
ones are really
fantastic.
tempting me because the Obsession stuff as it is just the colors, like they're brown like that
Well,
and blue.
they
And I
are.
always were like, which one's the Butler again?
Yeah.
Now you're not going to have that problem.
cool.
They are
That's
nice,
cool.
although they're differently shaped. I will say that, in just the base one.
But it's still really.
You're right, you're
That's the one I'm getting. Concordia. Nah, Concordia doesn't. I don't know if it needs upgrades. Carpe Diem. Taverns of Tiefenthal, whatever. I already upgraded mine better than that. Bonfire. Does it?
Dumpster fire. No, keep going.
Come on now.
That game is not
It's
good.
not very good, no.
Feast for Odin. This one's tempting me too.
But how many of them? How many pieces are there? Oh, only 48. Okay.
6 free. That can't be right.
6 characters.
For each of the 8 designs.
How many do you have 6 workers in that game?
You have more than 6.
They go across the top there, right?
Yes. Well, whatever.
know.
I'll figure it out later. I don't want this stuff. This is overkill.
You don't want the moose?
For the no the
The
rock
original
and
moose is
the
nice.
thing are actually shaped like this in the original game. Here you just get a few lines on them and stuff. I feel like that's
That's
okay.
silly. Okay.
Yeah,
Hallertau, same thing, right? Those look cool, but most of these are already shaped that way. We
What
played
about-
it, right?
What about that ham, though, Tom?
Do you want the realistic sheep or the cute sheep?
Realistic every time.
Lords of Waterdeep, this looks
Yeah,
cool, though
sure.
this has been done many, many times.
Yeah, it's a little too late.
Underwater Cities, I think the BGG stuff looks better.
Yeah, it's 147 pieces, too.
Champagne. Caverna.
There you go, Tom. Here you go. 145
These tempt me
pieces.
a little bit because I do like the little animals in Caverna, but again,
Those
it's,
donkey legs, I'm a little worried about them on a Meeple. That seems like it's going to be thin.
but that's $108. That's like,
crazy.
oh my word. That's
crazy.
That's one of the better ratio sets. If you get a lot of the same thing, I don't like the cute animal upgrade.
I don't either.
That's not. I'm not
Well, we
interested
spent
in
more
that.
time on this than all the other ones combined.
have.
So
Well, I do like looking at these. I think they're fun.
this is insane. I just don't go for these looks. And I'm not a big fan of the way they look once they're printed on the little piece of wood.
Okay, well that I'm gonna really disagree with you. I
Yeah,
really
you
like the way they look.
Okay.
Whenever I get a Meeple Source thing, I'm really happy. It's just that the pricing is so
It's
expensive.
not
Sure,
cheap.
sure.
It's not cheap.
Someone please compete with them and bring down these prices.
Dragon dice.
Oh boy, talk about bringing back old stuff.
Right?
So this is interesting. If you look at the number of backers, 270, and it's 3,000, so a backer's paying about $200 on average. This is something that if you don't know what this is,
You don't
keep
care.
moving.
You don't care. Right.
Really keep moving. Dragon Dice is a very old collectible. It's not collectible anymore. Well, no, it's still collectible.
Probably, yeah.
A collectible dice game that is super complex to the point where I bought a set one time. I could not figure out how to play it. I probably could if I really put my mind to it,
Right.
but at the time I was like, nah. And it hasn't, in my opinion, the look of the dice and everything hasn't aged well, and they seem to be reveling
Yeah.
in the fact that it's old and
Although I do think that they've set up like a starter set that's supposed to be simplified a bit. Who knows?
I'll
Who
believe that
knows?
when I see it. I did the same thing as you did, Tom, except mine was demon dice, which is the same thing.
same game, right?
Same game, different theme. I bought a box of demon dice, like it was on discount somewhere, and I could not figure it out. Or maybe I did, but it was just so complicated.
Not worth it.
I messed with it once, and I was like, this is insanely complex. This is clearly not for me to casually play.
Right.
You play this and nothing else, pretty much. So yeah, again, like Tom said, if you're not into this already, woo, boy, you go. There's a lot of other stuff going on here.
So this was
this instead.
This was actually interesting. In the 1979 revolution in Iran, I was thinking, I don't know any other game that talks about this.
That's exactly right. I was surprised by that too, and they make a point of saying that this one specifically, they're not focusing on the superpowers that were involved, like in a proxy faction, right? They're really focusing on the Shah and the Ayatollahs, and that's interesting, right? It's a interesting period in history that has not been covered very much.
I've missed his last two Kickstarters. So Jim Dietz used to own Jolly Roger Games. Jolly Rogers was bought by Ultra Pro.
Okay.
Jim Dietz he's the one who got Kremlin reprinted. Jolly Rogers also did Pirates vs. Dinosaurs, that
yes.
weird game from Richard Launius.
Yeah.
And he did Mall of Madness way back in the day.
Geez.
His games were never good quality, okay, ever. But they always, he did like delving into unique historical themes.
Sure.
So with that knowledge in mind, now that I know he's doing this, I wonder if that may be the same case. This looks good, but I am wondering if, and I wonder, I guess he must have left Ultra Pro and it is on his own now. He has the Dietz Foundation here.
Those cards look pretty standard to what you'd expect in this type of a game, right? I mean,
I think the card designs
nice.
look good.
Yeah,
It's a good frame.
I'm hoping so. I'm just saying that in the past the quality of everything was lower. But maybe I'm wrong.
I like that supercharged one that you looked at when you looked at his other projects. That looked interesting. That we never did get that, did we? I would have liked to have seen that. It looked like an interesting racing game. You know?
Bone to pick. So this one here is, I hate this. I don't like this font here. This Greta Shadowhunters. I don't know. But anyway, Bone to Pick is. What do you want me to say here? I mean, you guys are supposed to talk about it. This is.
I like the way this looks. You don't like this? It looks like a pretty light card game with a little bit of. It's like a really simplified Cutthroat Caverns is what it looks like to me.
Is that what you were thinking?
You flip over a character, a bad guy, a zombie.
Right.
And everybody picks a card from their hand, which is their weapon strength.
Right.
You reveal them all, and if the sum kills the guy, then whoever played the biggest weapon takes it.
Yeah.
If the sum doesn't, then you're going to get wounded.
Right.
And you reveal another zombie and keep going, and then at the end you get a bonus like you check your leftover weapons if you lost.
Right.
And if you kept the most strength, you were being greedy.
Right. So that's a very similar thing to almost what's the game where you try not to spend all your money?
Oh, goodness. The Knizia game where you try not to spend all your money.
You don't mean money, do you?
No, I mean the one with the
High Society.
High Society.
High Society.
Got it.
Okay, I get that. I don't know what it is. I don't like the graphic design of these cards.
I do
don't
like
mind
it.
it.
I think it's a very good looking game.
It looks like a video game to me. It has video game style to me, like an app.
Yeah.
All right, well,
I was looking at it. I spent a good amount of time looking through this page.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
You knew it. That was good, Z. I was glad you could take that over because I wouldn't have. I didn't.
Yeah,
have
I spent a good amount of time, like I said, looking at this one. It looks interesting. I even went ahead and because you get a free copy of the other game, the previous game, so I went and even looked at that. And that one looks okay.
All right, let's take a look at a very little-known project here called Marvel United X-Men, which has
I don't know what this is.
jumped up
Yeah.
30,000 in the last
With
hour.
those
But why?
I wonder why.
not
Could it
30.
be the team mode?
Wasn't it at?
You're right. It was at 90. It went to 230. It went up 140,000
Yeah, right.
in the last hour. But that's because they added some new box sets. So this is a follow-up to Marvel United, which we just reviewed. If you remember, I did 1 or 2 reviews on it. I like the game a lot, obviously, and they quote it. 3 of us.
It's interesting.
Hey, isn't that cool to have a quote there?
Yeah,
It's
Tom,
great. Tom is
and
great.
Roy.
Roy, fantastic.
Z.
Yeah.
Seems like I could have swore I said something about this game, but
Should we switch out seats?
yeah, I kind of feel like we should.
You wanna,
Yeah, I think it's Roy needs
kind
to
of
sit
feel like
over
I
here.
should
yeah.
be in the seat.
Hand me the microphone.
There we go.
So they're adding some things in here. Well, a lot of new things, actually. The purple characters, that could be both villains
Right.
or heroes. That's cool. Someone can play the villain, which was a new thing. We tried that. It was
did
fun.
that. It was fun, yeah.
And then they just keep adding new stuff. So person after person. So for a while they were adding some more of the esoteric outlier. I mean, Boom Boom is not top tier X-Men. Neither is, for that matter, Warpath or Wolfsbane. If you're fans of those characters, that's fine. I'm just saying they're not top tier. They just added the Weapon X.
Hello. Hello.
All right, cool.
That we had not seen because
No,
they
we
were
had
still
not.
on multiple man.
They were still on multiple man. So then they have some villains here.
Deathbird?
Shut up.
I'm all about Deathbird.
You don't know who Deathbird is.
I like
I just
it.
saw
Might get rid
Deathbird.
of-
We just saw Deathbird like yesterday, hitting against the window.
That's true. That was Killer Bird.
I do like the translucent plastic they're using on these pieces.
That
too.
is cool.
Yeah, I like it.
This
There
looks
is a
very
lot already, right? There's going to be a ton, and you know they're going to add more probably.
Right.
They just added. Well, so they started with the Horseman of Apocalypse that was in there, which looks cool. I like Apocalypse. He's a cool bad guy. Then they added more of the pledge, blah blah blah. Then they added. They just added this 30 minutes ago, or an hour ago now. The blue team. So it took a while before them. These are some of the most popular X-Men: Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, Psylocke, Mr. Sinister, amazing. But they also added a way to play team versus team, which I'm very curious how that plays.
Well, it's two. You're both trying to defeat the villain. So you're not really fighting each other. You in teams are trying to do more damage to the villain before.
Oh, you're not playing against each other.
No, not really. You're
Oh,
not
okay.
going directly, because it wouldn't make sense as much,
I just wonder if, because in the game, my last card helps you.
Right.
So if we're in separate teams, do I want to leave you garbage?
Right,
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
I am curious if there's going to be a semi-cooperative feel to it.
Right.
Then we got the other popular X-Men: Archangel, Colossus, Iceman, the best ever, and Bishop. And then Forge, if anyone cares about him. First Class, they did this. I was surprised. They're actually doing characters twice. In fact, now that they started with Wolverine, they've added Weapon X. If they put Old Man Wolverine, he'll have 3 characters,
Old
which
Man
would
Logan.
actually correlate to the amount of times he shows up in the comics.
Yeah, he's really popular, right?
Yeah, he's.
But they have 2 Cyclops, 2 Marvel Girls, 2 Beastmen, 2 Icemen, and they have Angel in the game now 3 times.
Wow.
Angel.
Wait, they have Marvel Girl twice? I don't even know who that
Jean
is.
Grey.
Oh, that's Jean Grey? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They have Angel, then they just added Archangel, and then they have him as one of the 4 Horsemen of Apocalypse.
the
That's
Archangel.
he's lucky.
Yeah.
And then Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver
As villains.
as crossover, just like the only 2 characters that crossed over between the X-Men and Avengers in the in the movie universe.
Yep.
Then a double-sided playmat, and you can buy all the original stuff. There's a lot of stuff here, so yeah, pretty cool. Calling Card, immersive murder mystery escape game. People really thrive on murder. I like the number
Well,
of people.
not the ones on the receiving end.
They don't thrive so much.
I should
They're thriving
be
ends.
clear about that.
As soon as the murder begins, they're thriving ends, generally.
Okay, but what I mean is,
That's a good tagline. When the murdering begins, the thriving ends. In To Catch a Killer, Thrive edition.
no, it's just that there's I go to Netflix and stuff, and there's like, who killed this person? The murder. I'm like, man, I just.
Well, what about murder podcasts are one of the most popular podcasts.
My
out
wife and
there.
I are big true crime fans.
Yeah?
I mean, we watch the shows. She listens to all the podcasts. I get it's not for everybody,
It's
but
too. I want to I don't know.
It's a little morbid, right?
It's not escapism.
There's something about being fascinated by true murders that is a little morbid. I'm sorry.
Look, I taught sociology for 20 years. I like to think I come at it from a sociological, psychological point.
Like you like to understand the why
Like
You're on the
hope
demand part, not
meanwhile,
the supply part.
You and me, folks, we're looking at
That's
the
what you're
project.
saying,
That's what I'm saying.
I'd like to be on the supply side, I think.
This is an
Maybe
escape
then
room
you can
game.
study me, Mike.
Okay.
This game is mainly for one use, just like a real escape room, but it will be resettable. Fine.
Okay.
The
It's doing
digital
well.
puzzles can be reset with a button on our website. I hope so.
I want to be known as the
How can you have a digital puzzle
beard
that
killer.
can't be reset?
I don't understand how
It's
that
like
works either.
you played the game. Too
That's
bad.
it. Sorry, buy it
You're
again.
done.
You can buy it again.
It's made over $100,000.
Yeah, but they'll say you can find a PDF files. That's like every escape room game. That most time you can pre-print them out.
Right.
So you can play a demo
Play
right
a
there.
demo.
This is fine again, but there are quite a few of these by now.
Yes.
There's even that month, the monthly
Yeah.
thing, right? You
Yeah.
catch a killer,
Murder
and
of
they
the
send you
month.
they send
Yeah.
you a thing in the mail. Yeah, there's a lot of this. I'm not interested in this. I don't like the idea of spending that much time doing the escape room that isn't fantastical, like break into a pyramid or something. This whole like catch a murderer, yeah.
You know what they need to do now that people are able to get together again? They need to
come.
combine. You do like a Blue Apron and a murder mystery combined, so that you have people over for dinner and a murder mystery. And
That's
you just put
not
it,
bad.
It's not a bad idea.
That's
am I
not
right?
bad. Like they deliver the meal and a game.
Yes, that's not a bad idea.
That is
Tom.
not a bad idea
Roy,
at all.
mark it down. That's $1 million idea.
Write
Board.
it down. Trademark that.
I already put it on Kickstarter with my Googly Eye.
Call
Beautiful.
it Red Apron.
Yes. So you realize someone's going to do that right now. Of
course.
By the time we're done with this episode, it's going to be.
You guys are way off the rails here. Board Royale, new expansions and second printing. So we played Board Royale for the.
Winter Spectacular?
It was not the last one. It must have been the
Winter,
Winter
yeah, yeah,
Spectacular. It's not my style game.
Yeah.
Even a little. It's
No.
straight up take that, hit other people. I have to say I was mind boggled when I saw this made 160,000.
Yeah.
Because
There's an insane amount of content in this.
They do, and
This
I-
is a take that game, but there's this much in
It
it.
is, but they also, I think, are very, very good at marketing their game.
I
think
can't
that's a
argue
big
that.
part of it. I think that they know. I think they have a good idea of who their audience is, and they're getting the message out to that audience. So, like you said, I don't think it's a game for either of us necessarily.
no, I don't want to be too vague.
Sure.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not a game for me. It's a game I didn't like.
Yeah, I didn't
but,
enjoy it either.
But
I like the look. I'll say that. I have not played this, and if it's going to be a game that it's just a lot of take that and just mean for the sake of being mean, not a lot to do or think about, then I'm probably
Right.
not going to like it either. I don't know. But
no,
I will
no,
say,
no.
You would not
100%
like it.
you would not like it.
you
It's a lot
don't
of-
know me like
it's a lot
that.
of-
Do you
I
like
will
Munchkin?
murder you.
Do you like Red
Red Apron?
Don't make me Red Apron you. All I was going to say is this looks good. I think their illustrations, their graphic design, the way they're presenting a big core box and a bunch of little boxes, all that
Oh,
looks
they're doing
good.
a good job
they're
for
doing
sure.
a good job with the page.
All right. Cellulose, a plant cell biology game.
Oh.
I'm already interested in this because
A genius game.
it's Genius Games.
They are cool, man. I love that they keep doing this. Talk about there's only a few companies out there that I think have a truly specific identity.
Yeah.
Like Restoration Games.
Correct.
Has an identity as a company
Yep.
that makes board games.
Right.
And kept the identity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and keeps it, right. It's not like, oh, we're publishing games from overseas till like the third game. And then
Right.
you found some game you liked that no one had published and you published it.
Stronghold Games started
A
that
lot
way.
of companies
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that. A lot of Z-Man did it back in the all of that.
Rio Grande. Yeah.
But these guys, this is what they do every time out of the gate. They
Yes.
make a game about science, about something that's real, and they put together this fantastic looking, these amazing looking games about real world applications
Right.
and
But-
science.
Yeah, I
and,
think
But they
this
don't
is a-
forget the fun. I think that's really important
It's
to
so
say.
cool.
Because Genotype, I thought, I really enjoyed that.
I think this is a sequel to Cytosis.
It is, yes.
And I like Cytosis. I
play
didn't
it.
understand half of what was going on in it. I
Yeah.
mean, the theming.
yeah.
Although they always give you a book where you can read it, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, interesting.
It's really neat. I
It
think
is.
they just knock it out of the park, man.
This actually looks a lot like Cytosis. Even it looks like another worker placement game. That's how the other one was, where you collected stuff and then you ran the cells kind of through a machine. Not a machine, a human body or whatever it was.
That's a machine.
Human body is a machine, Tom.
It is a machine to me.
I understand
I don't
that,
think
but I
of them
didn't
as
want-
humans.
No, it makes it easier when the Red Apron needs to come out.
I hate that I put these in order that I found them, so I hate that we're ending on such a bummer here. But Xenohunters, sci-fi horror beyond the outer rim.
What do you mean? Why is it a bummer?
So that looks like Boogie Woogie from
It does. From Nightmare Before
I'm the
Christmas.
Xenohunt.
And he-
Whoa.
Oh boy.
Oh, this doesn't look good at all.
Yeah,
I'm so
just-
sorry,
I
folks,
know.
but
Look at this artwork. Keep going. Let's check out some artwork.
that's the same guy.
Whoa. Yep.
Xeno Hunting 101.
There was one this is the image that I was like, oh man.
The
This is,
engineer one, I hate that
they
so
all
much.
look really rough.
They're
They
just
look
out of,
really
completely
rough.
out of proportion too.
Well, she's wearing a suit,
I
Mike.
understand she's wearing a suit, but you still have to have some bodily proportion there, Tom. The head is like 8
Yeah,
times
isn't it
too
supposed
small
to be like one?
for the
What is
body.
it? 1/8 of
It's
the
the-
body, or one?
Right.
She's a reverse chibi, Tom.
She's an anti-chibi.
It's a little small. It's a little small.
This is like Marvel United went through Inception or something.
You don't know this, but chibis were actually, they take the heads off normal humans and switch them.
This is the other end of the chibi. I got it.
They-
Okay.
God.
It's the chibi swap program.
That looks pretty rough. Yeah, this artwork is.
That lady looks like she ate something and didn't bother cleaning up her face.
Is this cytosis again? I don't know what's happening here.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
sorry to
yeah,
show this, but
yeah,
it was
this is-
it was making money, so I try to look at all these.
Yeah, that's a good looking board right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
Hidden location.
Oh, wait. Find the easy to read player screen, Tom. Keep going. Right there.
Does that say easy to read?
You better believe it does.
It does not.
What does it say underneath that?
The alien.
Oh, wait.
It doesn't say.
There's another one that says easy to read because I'm not just making that up.
Oh, you're right. It says in an easy to read way. All right, Mike. When you're right, you're right.
Huh.
Okay.
Wait, I can't see it up
I
there.
like
Let me
this
check it
person's
here.
name
Oh,
is
no, I can't see it here
Captain
either.
Warlord. That's like
Captain
call yourself
Warlord.
Lieutenant Duke. I mean,
Lieutenant Duke is pretty good. I like
I gotta
that,
give him a
Tom.
coup. I'm the captain. I'm the warlord.
all right, Roy, can you pull this down for a second? I'm going to pull up the. I'm going to put out a link here for you folks.
Ooh.
I got to pull it up. I forgot to get this link ready. I'm gonna put a link in the
Chad.
chat. The chat, yes. My
That's
mind.
the one.
We've broken Tom.
No, I'm. Okay, so then you can vote on which one of these is your favorite. I think you can vote on multiple ones though.
Okay.
So while people vote, I'm putting them here in the thing. All right, Roy, we can go back. All right, let's pick our picks of the week.
That's you?
No, this is yours, I thought.
Oh no! I think I'm going to pass on the Googly Eye Dice.
All right, what are you picking?
I am going with the horse racing one,
Long
the
shot.
Chris Handy long shot, the dice game.
Woo!
I am very excited about this.
Yeah.
I need Chris to bring his in so I can try this. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the original. I really do like Chris Handy. I like his stuff. I think he's a designer who is very sharp for the most part.
Yeah.
In fact, the last one he did, that was a roll and write and erase or whatever, the roll and write game. I thought it was a rare misfire from him, because I didn't like it at all.
That's true.
Yeah.
That felt.
It just felt like,
the
wow,
outlier.
what a strange misfire. That's
Yeah.
all. Because normally I really like his stuff. And this is based on a game I already know I like. So it's got lots of the odds, to use the gaming terminology here, are high that I'm going to like this one.
Yeah, that's the only part that felt roll and righty. Is the little kind of a.
Yeah, I think calling it a roll and write was probably incorrect on my part. It's just a simpler
Yeah,
version.
but I think that's kind of how they're selling it. It's a good game, and it probably would have been my pick if I hadn't played it already. So I don't think I'm going to make it in my.
Okay,
Right.
so what are you picking then? If you're not picking something you haven't played, you're canceling out another one.
Well, that's true, and I think I will cancel that one because it's not going to need my help, right? I'm going to go with.
No one needs your help.
You bring up a very good point. I'm going to go with Xeno. No, I'm going to go with the. I'll go with Hippocrates. I thought that was cool looking.
You can find it. You can do it.
First, do no harm. Where is it?
Oh, it starts with do no harm?
No, I'm just saying that's his famous thing, right?
Where was Hippocrates? Was it way back?
I didn't think it was that far back, Tom.
Did I accidentally close it?
Oh, jeez. I guess I have to pick something different. You closed it, huh?
No, it should be there somewhere. Keep looking for it.
This is fascinating.
Bone
Bone
to
Bag,
pick.
Dragon Dice, Upgrade Kits, Googly Eye Dice, 7 Moons, Zombies. Oh no, it's here because we
got it.
I canceled it because we looked at the artist.
Correct. There you go.
Hippocrates.
My pick of the week, yes, Hippocrates. I'm hoping
It's
this
a
is
good-looking
good.
game,
Yeah.
Mike. This is a good choice, man.
Yeah, I think it's a good-looking game.
I agree.
I agree.
It's sharp. This is just a clean, sharp-looking game.
This knows its audience, right? This is midweight Euro, and it looks like it's going to check all those boxes off, right?
This certainly was one I thought, in a normal week I would have picked this one. It looks good. But I'm going to pick the one Mike was originally thinking about, which is Marvel United, because, some people asked, like, 2 weeks ago when I made all those videos, was Simon paying me? They weren't. I just really liked Marvel United.
And you love X-Men.
And I also like rating stuff. Ranking. Oh, and I love the X-Men. Right.
Yeah,
so
you
this,
really like the X-Men.
I like the X-Men way more than the Avengers, even though I think Marvel Cinematic Universe has done a great job.
Sure.
But the X-Men have always been my jam, and now they're bringing in all the characters alike. And I also, we played it. We had a chance to play it, and I liked that one versus all. I didn't think it was, like, I probably would rather play
normal.
Yeah, but it's nice
I
to have
like
the
that it has that option, and it wasn't bad.
Right.
That's been one of the things I've been happy about with United in general, is that they make little tweaks, with the Sinister Six and with this. It's just little changes, right? It's nice.
It's nice to change the flavor just a little bit.
All right, people.
I think it's Marvel United. I mean, I'd be really surprised if not.
Yeah.
Oh wow, Cellulose.
That was
a strong second
I
there.
considered that as well.
Here, I'll quick do this, Roy, so you can put the People's Choice there. It's already still playing. People's Choice. All right, let's go back and look at these results.
Yeah.
Oh wow, we're getting good at like jiving with the people. We have three of the top four.
We do indeed. And Cellulose was really close.
I'm glad to see Cellulose.
Yeah.
People are just like,
Yeah,
they're just
Googly
trolling
Eye
you now.
Dice.
Fucking Googly Eye.
That's
Hey,
right.
they really like it.
No, they do not. They're trolling.
I'm a little surprised that Empyreal didn't do a little better.
I'm surprised Sentinels and the Multiverse isn't doing better, because it's making a good amount of money, right?
It is.
Well, again, I think some of these, like, for example, Battle Royale, Calling Card, and that Sefirot, they are doing extremely well, but I think the audience of people backing those games is not the same audience watching this video.
Right.
Yes.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So I'm not sure that the people backing Googly Eye Dice are also the same audience watching this video, which is why I'm calling trolling there.
Shenanigans.
Oh, I forgot to turn auto refresh on. Let's see if anything changed. Refresh!
That didn't work.
It didn't do anything, Tom. That was very, very anticlimactic. I don't understand what happened. Oh! All right.
Actually, I was surprised.
Oh, it did
I'm
it
surprised
again.
that X-Men United isn't crushing as much there.
Yeah.
The fact that those other three came in is pretty cool.
I know, that's nice. That's
That is
great.
nice. Yeah.
Although it is interesting, you'll
When they
see.
switch, Hippocrates and Cellulose just switched.
Well, technically they're tied.
I'm going to say they switched.
But if you notice, those four Kickstarters dwarf everything else.
True.
Yes.
That's how it works.
more than
And
everything
I let
else
people
combined.
pick as many as they want when they
Sure.
get the thing, and it still is that way.
Correct.
That's cool. There's a few good ones. So, yeah, check them out.
Folks, I'm not sure how we're going to be doing Crowdsurfing in 2 weeks. It's the one video. I said there won't be any videos for next 2 weeks. I'm going to do one in 2 weeks somehow, even if we do it remote or something.
Right.
We might have our studio set up by then, but don't hold your breath. You shouldn't hold your breath really about anything.
Underwater, you should hold your breath, though.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think you should.
Okay.
Hippocrates says yes.
Hippocrates says yes.
First, swallow no water.
First, don't drown.
All right, folks, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to go back to the beginning of this episode because that is an amazing,
Huge.
gigantic, big contest.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow for Board Game Breakfast live at 10. I knew that.
All of you.
Until then, I'm Tom Vessel.
I'm Z Garcia.
And I'm Mike Delicio.
Have fun doing no harm, except Red Apron.